Good morning. My name is Kareli Baeza, and this morning we're going to be talking about the anti-kickback rule or anti-kickback statute. In this slide, we have the general information for this training. If you can see, we are going to be having the sign-up sheets in order to get your attendance for today's training. So let's go ahead and start with what is anti-kickback statute. What do you understand for anti-kickback statute? So the anti-kickback statute makes it illegal for providers, including physicians, to knowledgeably and willfully accepting bribes or any other form of payment or rewards in return for generating Medicare or Medicaid or any other federal health care program. So the main purpose of this law is to protect patients and the federal health program from fraud and abuse, and by basically reducing, corrupting the influence of money on healthcare for the healthcare decisions. I know that in some industries it's okay to reward those who offer business to you or those who refer business to you. However, asking or receiving any money in exchange for referrals in the healthcare program, it could be a crime, and this is the anti-kickback statute. So this applies not only to the payer, but also to the recipient of the kickback. So even if you ask or if you offer this kickback, it could be a violation of the law. And this is not only money, this can only include gift cards. It could also include sports good, stuff like that. So I'm going to give you some facts about it. In 1972, Congress enacted the anti-kickback statute as a part of the Social Security amendments. By 1977, violating the statute went from a misdemeanor to a felony, and this was basically to discourage further fraudulent activity. This offense today, like I said before, it's a felony now, and it could provide criminal penalties for individuals or entities, and is punishable by criminal fines up to $25,000 for a person. Going into the administrative civil money penalties, it could go up to $50,000. It could also basically you can end up going into jail for 5 years, and of course, you can be excluded from the Medicaid, Medicare program. So a physician cannot offer or cannot receive anything of value to induce federal healthcare program businesses. So the anti-kickback statute has been revised to allow exceptions, or basically safe harbor, as it's being called now. So in 1991, there was only 13 existing safe harbor. Today, however, we have 23. The OIG, it's the one who released 23 safe harbors, and this was in 2018. So as you can see right here, we have a couple of them. I'm gonna give you, for the investing in ambulatory surgical centers, I'm gonna give you an example of this. And basically this one, it says that it was expanded final rules protects certain investments interest in 4 categories of freestanding Medicare certified ASCS, surgeons owns ASCS, single specialties ASCS, and multiple specialties. So this one, what it is a hospital or physician who owns an ASCN. This is to protect physician investors must be physicians for whom the ASN is an extension of their office or practice. So basically, if it's not owned just for them, but it's part of the main hospital that they work for, then it should be fine. And this is covered by the safe harbor law, I guess. And here we continue talking about the 23 safe harbors. And in here, I'm gonna give you an example of the specialty referral arrangements between providers. So the example is a primary care physician and a specialist whom the primary care physician has made a referral may agree that when the referred patient reaches a particular stage of recovery, the primary care physician should resume treatment of the patient. So in this case, the safe harbor will not protect the arrangement involving parties that split a global fee, but it's basically clinical. So once the primary physicians refers this patient to a specialty doctor or physician, then once the patient, it's okay to go back, then that's when the safe harbor will be done as well. Okay, so here I'm going to give you examples for the anti-kickback settlements. These were one of them was back in 2012 and the other one was back in 2014. These were high-profile anti-kickback cases. The first one was Walgreens, and Walgreens ended up agreeing to pay $7.9 million to settle this case. And even though the company Walgreens keeps denying any wrongdoing, the drugstore chain allegedly offered gift cards and other promotions to Medicare and Medicaid beneficiaries in exchange for transferring their prescriptions to Walgreens pharmacies. The other one was back in 2014, and this one took the DOJ and the provider pharmaceutical called Omnicare, and what they did was they offer, in this case Omnicare, offer nursing facilities illegal monetary incentive in exchange for facilities selection of Omnicare drug suppliers for elderly Medicare and Medicaid recipients, and the nursing home pharmacy ended up settling this case for $124.24 million. So like I said, this was another huge case. And again, I mean, they were offering money to the nursing facility for them to keep getting their brand for drugs for their patients at the nursing place. So basically you will ask, okay, so how would I avoid violating this law? What can I do to avoid, do I just not accept any gifts or something like that? So we have some rules that we could provide you with. So basically be aware of the 23 safe harbor list. The government is most concerned about any incentive provided and may have to overutilize governmental services to look into this. I know that some people believe that these 23 safe harbor rules, they're not enough, but I mean, you can always partner up with your compliance officer. If you're not sure about something, go ahead and ask your compliance officers. Follow the policies and procedures that we have here at the facilities. Get to know more about compliance, so it's easier for you to know if a gift might be inappropriate or not. Keep in mind that sometimes even pharmaceuticals companies' gifts might be seen like a wrong thing. So like an anti-kickback statute that it could go into effect. So pay closer attention to all this. Partner up, like I said, with the compliance officers to figure out if it's something legit or not. And last but not least, just go ahead and request information at the OIG website. Like I said, the best thing for you guys to do is basically partner up with our compliance officer. Like I said, I mean, we're here for you guys. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Don't hesitate to contact us, okay? I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I will stay here to answer some questions. Thank you.